Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a EP from a pop punk band called Driveways. They are from, I'm going to mispronounce this, Saugus, Massachusetts. And they have in their tagline, if you enjoy pop punk post-hardcore music from like 2002 to 2008, then you might like Driveways. So let's get right into this. So I really like the Stranger Things theme they have going on with this album cover. And also with the first song, there is a lot of that Stranger Things synth wave pulse thing going on at the beginning. And that also happens a couple other times throughout the album. So nice. I love Stranger Things, so that's a plus for me. And the first track, Wind and Waves, again has that Stranger Things kind of creepy keyboards thing at the beginning, and then it goes into like a punk metalcore kind of had a baby kind of song, and it's a shorter song. I think it's like around 2.5 minutes, but it's like a very good intro to the album. And it's kind of has that long intro for the song itself, and then once the song gets started, it was great. Upon re-listen, it was even better. I actually appreciated the build up. So pretty good start. Second song, Autumn Always. Keyboards give this one a nice synthwave touch again. And I'd say for this song in particular, for some reason I was thinking of it's very timeless sounding, if that's a way to describe it. And this one is a reflective, slower song with great drums and thumping bass guitar, and it picks up into a new half of the song with heavy guitars. And it's a very unique song with a lot of things going on. So I give this a banger alert. So this will be one of my favorite songs of the EP. Hesitate has a kind of just straightforward punk beginning and pretty good lyric delivery and regular singing. And I like the background vocals and how subdued the voice of the main singer is. It's kind of like a lower tenor kind of, and it very much fits with pop punk in general. And a couple of these songs, and I could tell later, I know I know a little bit about this band, and I know they're big fans of Blink 182. So this might be on purpose, sorta. But the way they mix his vocals, the main singer, he sounds a lot like Tom DeLonge, so I'm sure he'd appreciate that. And it definitely fits with a pop punk kind of thing. But his delivery of the vocals, even though they're from Massachusetts, and I think he kind of has that kind of Massachusetts Boston-ish accent. Uh, that accent actually makes it pretty unique for a listen to me, because usually I can't really tell accents when I listen to songs. So you can kind of hear his accent. It's very light, but it actually adds to the singing. It sounds great. So I could tell that beginning with this Hesitate track. And there's a mini breakdown that happens in Hesitate, then like a smooth transition to the bridge back to the chorus. And yeah, I put for this track that this is what pop punk should try to aim for today. Like, not all pop punk needs to have breakdowns or anything, but just for me as a casual listener, I feel like these guys really the drive it home for like a good pop punk sound. Next song, Surgery, has really catchy pop punk riffs and lyrics with the singing, and I just love just a basic punk drum beat, the da 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 da. Just love it. I can listen to it all day. Sounds great. And I put in my notes for this is best vocals of the album so far in Surgery. It's very cool. This is where I noticed. It's very cool. He sounds like Tom DeLonge on this song in particular. There's cool lyric references to Keep Your Ghost from the Hesitate song. So there's lyrical references to previous songs. I've mentioned this before in other reviews. Like, I didn't review the Fall Out Boy album, the new one for this channel, but they do a really cool lyric reference in that Fall Out Boy album, the Stardust one, where at the last couple songs, I think one of them references a really good lyric from the main song. And I love it when albums do that. It's not really like retreading ground, but it's kind of like a thread throughout the entire album that connects it all together, makes it feel like cohesive. So I always like that when artists do that. So Surgery would definitely be one of my favorites as well. Next song, Ghost of a Smile, is just straight up pop punk. Also has a kind of I put a metalcore moment. So these guys do a very good like bouncing back and forth between those two genres. So it's pretty neat. Sea Glass again has cool synth 80s rock and has those like crushing 80s drums that you would hear on 80s songs back in the day, and snare. And more lyrics about Tempests, which is the title of this album. And they stay in the theme. I like that. And this one is definitely a emo love song banger. So I recommend that. Last song, Tempest, has pretty awesome trading vocals between punk and metalcore in the chorus. And yeah, it's basically just a solid title track. The lead riff is just perfect for a song about sinking, because I believe, if I remember correctly, it kind of reminds you of like something going downward, the riff. So it kind of fits with the lyrics about sinking. And there's also pretty neat lyrics about practicing the song No It Isn't with his Ibanez, I probably just butchered that, Ibanez guitar in 2005. So that's pretty cool. Plus 44 Easter egg mention for that song. And the bridge sounds very much, yeah. I don't know what this means. I said bridge sounds very much like a bridge. Okay, I don't really know what that means, but this song also reminds me of a Weezer song about creating the band, where Rivers Cuomo in that song is talking about how he creates a band, he gets in the garage and they just jam out. This song, Tempest, kind of has the same kind of storyline throughout it about why this band was created and how they met and stuff like that. And it's a very Blink-182 inspired song. So all in all, I will give this, before I give the grade, I need to say a couple things. So I listened to a podcast about these guys from 182 News podcast, where this guy interviewed Driveways, his band. So I learned a little bit more about these guys before I did this review. And I like how down to earth these guys are, and very much like, it sounds like they're just punching it out, trying to just survive in the music scene. But it sounds like they're doing great, so props to them. And also, I found out that the screaming vocals are not the main singer. The screaming vocals are the other co-singer, who is actually the drummer. And then the singing vocals is from one of the guitar players, I believe, who's the lead vocalist as well. So that's a pretty neat tidbit. And definitely the drummers' screams definitely add to each of these songs very greatly. And Wind and Waves, I was just listening to that before I started this review, and just the melding of their voices, like just great producing. Like it just fits so well with the singing and the screaming. Sometimes that doesn't work. If you listen to some albums, it doesn't match. But this guy screaming and that guy singing matches actually pretty well. So looking at this album, I am going to give it, or EP, I should say, I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. Can't give everything a 10 out of 10, so I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10, but you could probably convince me this a 10 out of 10. But we'll just say, for the sake of this video, 9 out of 10. Great stuff. I guess I could say it's 9 out of 10 because it's not long enough, but these guys do EPs, they're known for that, so, and they release plenty of music all the time, so props to them. Album sounds great. let me know what you guys think of Driveways and this new EP. And I will see you guys later.